Hey, this is Dizzy Reed from Guns N' Roses, and you're watching GNR Central. Yeah!
Hey everybody, what's going on, and welcome to GNR Central. And today we're talking about 5 things you may or may not know about Guns N' Roses' disastrous performance at the 2002 MTV Video Music Awards. So the first thing is, just like everything in Axl's world before the reunion tour, nothing was really known up until the last minute. In fact, Guns N' Roses didn't even know what they were going to play on the day of the show up until like the very last moments. This is what Axl had to say in an interview he gave just after the MTV Video Music Awards.
Welcome back to the world of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Seems like you've been gone for a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
It was definitely a shocker to see you there on the MTV Video Music Awards. How long did it take to get that whole thing rolling?
The MTV?
Yeah.
Well, they were in negotiations about trying to figure out how long we could do something and where it would be in the show for actually somewhere near the beginning of that little mini tour we did. And then we didn't have what we were doing on stage worked out until the day of the show.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So that whole like Guns N' Roses medley, you guys, is that what you didn't have worked out, or just the whole?
Yeah, that thing. It's like because it wasn't for sure that we were playing until the day before the show.
Uh-huh.
The second thing you may or may not know about this performance is that Axl himself almost didn't even get into the award show because he didn't see his name on the list, and security didn't really think it was him. Interview where he talks about
just been a nervous wreck all that day, huh?
Well, no, I wasn't that, but everything tends to go wrong in my world. Like even going to sound check, the police wouldn't let me down the street to go to the building.
Is that right?
And then the day of the show, they didn't let us go down the street, and I had to get out of the car, run past the police. They're telling me I have to stop, and I'm like, I gotta sing. And the best part was, as I'm running down the street, I had to run past all the people lined up to get in the building.
Right.
And they're going, hey, there goes Kid Rock! I thought that was pretty
Now,
funny.
why wouldn't the police let you out? I'm kind of lost on that.
They're lost.
Huh.
Just confusion, lost, don't know what's going on, people not having people's names on the list, not knowing what passes to check, all that kind of crap. So just usual stuff going wrong for no reason.
So what you're telling me is Axl Rose had to sneak into the MTV Video Music Awards.
Yeah, basically. I had like police chasing me down the street, and then our security and MTV had to like clear it with them, but it was very interesting.
Number 3, there exists rehearsal footage of the show. Now, there's more rehearsal footage than what's shown on YouTube. In fact, I've seen some of the rehearsal footage that's being sold amongst the bootleggers, but this is some of the footage you guys were able to find on YouTube.
Very end of the night.
Guns N' Roses were the biggest rock band of the late 80s, and Axl Rose was the biggest rock star in the world. Around 1993, Axl kind of goes into hiding. Each year, it's just the mystery would just grow. So inevitably, every year, we got to get Guns N' Roses.
Every single year since they've been off the road, we've said, what about Guns N' Roses?
We get past that and we move on. It happens every year. Somehow in 2002, I had started seeing rumblings on the internet about Guns N' Roses playing a show, and then it got canceled, but they did one. So it's like there was something in the air. About August, the head of the network gets a message from Guns management saying, we're coming.
So you're like, oh my God, of course we're going to make a slot for Guns N' Roses.
But the whole time, we dealt with him for a long time. Until he's on that stage, live in front of everybody, we're not going to believe it.
The risk is it leaking and the viewer's thinking he's actually going to be there and then he doesn't show up. So in this particular case, we had to really keep this quiet.
We didn't tell anybody they were playing on the show.
We call things Project X or Y or Z, or, we'll label it an animal.
On all the schedules and everything, they called them the Frogs or something like that. They're like, oh yeah, it's some Swedish band, don't worry about it.
Nobody knew what was going on. I think literally 5, 6 people at best.
We decided he's going to rehearse the last slot, close off Radio City, get everybody out.
Nobody was allowed in.
And we were like, what could be such a big deal that no one can get in? People were asking me, can you get in there? You're on air. And I was like, I tried. It doesn't work. First thing that happens is the Guns N' Roses equipment starts loud. You see veteran producer people, we're like, it's really here. Then you start seeing the band. And we're hearing them play the opening notes to jungle. And then we realized, wait a minute, nothing's happening. Axel's not here yet. Let's not get too excited. And then there's that moment where, Axel walks in the room. You just know it.
The entire thing sounds like you can point over your mouth all you want. I can't read lips.
The entire time, it's silent. Nobody wants to spook him, scare him. They run through it one more time. It ends. He walks out. We're all looking at you like, I can't believe that really happened. Let's see if it happens tomorrow.
Number 4, around the time of the MTV Video Music Awards in 2002 was around the time that SNL's new season was starting up. And on one of those early episodes for that season, SNL took a swipe at Axl Rose when guest host Matt Damon dressed up as the Guns N' Roses frontman and spoofed him in a skit where they also had Donatella Versace, who's also a close friend of Axl Rose. And finally, the 5th thing you may or may not know is that Duff and Slash commented on the 2002 MTV VMA performance. Wouldn't be until 2 years later when they were on Howard Stern's show promoting Velvet Revolver's first record, Contraband. Here's what they had to say about the 2002 Video Music Awards, as well as Axl Rose's appearance as well.
I got a question for the guys from Guns N' Roses. When you guys saw Axl on the MTV Awards a couple years ago with that band and that bucket head thing, were you guys like embarrassed for it?
I didn't see it.
You've never seen it?
I refused to see it.
Like a year later.
Why do you refuse to see it?
I was going to school at the time, and having kids, and I just didn't see it.
What kind of school?
Going to school?
Yeah, I went to a nice Jesuit school.
Jesuit?
Yeah.
What, high school?
No, yeah, right.
What kind of school? What were you studying?
Thanks, Robin.
What were you trying to learn?
Finance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were going to be a businessman?
I'd like to go over my portfolio with Duff.
So I saw it a year later.
Slash, why do you refuse to see it?
It was one of those things where I got a bunch of phone calls one morning and leaving me messages going, what was that whole thing about on TV? And I didn't know what anybody was, what it was.
Yeah, what is that?
And so I called.
Why couldn't he be with you guys? I don't understand.
Well, I'd been gone for a while. Duff had been gone for a while. Matt had been gone for a while. It was over with. When it finally ended, it was like no turning back kind of thing. And so when I heard what it was the MTV Awards, and I heard the reaction from the people that saw it. I didn't want to see something. I didn't want to leave, have that memory of whatever Guns N' Roses was. When I left, it was still sort of cool.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think it's over for that, right?
Our memories are pretty good of the.
It was a great band. Yeah. Great band. I got to get more ink. Well, you guys got major ink.
See, as soon as you see guys who are all tatted up, you think you need to do that, too.
Well, sometimes my ink goes horribly wrong. When was the last time you spoke?
The money's been unreal.
Axel's got fat. He got fat.
I don't know what's up with him.
Dude, come on.
I'm not in that loop.
You never run into him?
No, I haven't seen him since the day I quit.
What about that story we heard that Axl was performing somewhere and Slash was standing in the back of the room or something?
No. It's not that big a deal. I went to go see New Year's of year before last, I guess it was, or a year before that. I went to go see him in Las Vegas, and I wasn't allowed in. It was a big thing around the entire building. It was like, make sure I didn't.
Why did you go?
I went because I saw it. I was actually in a hotel in Las Vegas, like right before that, like in December, and I saw an ad for Guns N' Roses with a new logo and all this stuff.
That had to piss you off.
It looked exciting. No, it looked exciting. It looked like I'm going to go see Guns N' Roses, a band I used to be in.
I'm a big fan, but it does appear that Axl lost his hair and has some sort of hair weave.
I have no idea.
And his voice seems to have been affected by something. It's not as strong.
And he looks like he had plastic surgery on his face.
Oh, dear.
Yeah,
I didn't
right?
see any of that.
Scott, did he?
I don't know. There's something going on with the eyebrow part.
So that does it for today's video. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts when you saw Guns N' Roses perform at the 2002 Video Music Awards. I think it was the first time a lot of people saw Axl after almost an 8 or 9 year hiatus. Sure, Guns N' Roses were touring earlier that year and even in 2001, but I don't think most of the mainstream was paying attention to Axl when he did Rock in Rio 3. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed that video. And be sure to follow me on GNRCentral.com for the latest and greatest Guns N' Roses news. And these photos that you guys see are Axl Rose with Donatella Versace. Some of these date back to like 1994. Some of these are from 2006. It's kind of an assortment of them. So thanks for watching, guys, and have yourself a good one.